अकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कथामह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथं तं तान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपीश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय स्वयं रूप नमो ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण। आज आमगेल यूथ स्पीकर जाना सची रजत पै टॉपिक काय छे फ्यूचर फंड्स द अर्ली इन्वेस्टर्स एडवांटेज हंगल इंट्रोडक्शन करू प्रयत्न करता रजत पै हंगेले अन्नल नाव राजेश पै हंगेले अम्मल नाव ज्योति पै राजेश पै हन्नी हरगिरीस रेवती प्रियाई माताजीले भाव जावना सची हन्नी शिक्किले नारायण स्कूल विशाखपट्टनम अंतु हन्नी बी केलले BNMIT बैंगलोर तकुनु कडेरी हन्नी MBA केलले IIM अमृतसर आणि अत हन्नी ICICI बैंक अंतु रिस्क एनालिस्ट जाऊन काम करते सची। हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी भागवत पुराण कोंकणी दकुनु तुमका हृदयपूर्वक जाऊन स्वागत करते सर। आम्ही पुराय जन मस्त ईगरली वेट करते सची वेरी डिफरेंट टॉपिक ऐकूच्याक। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna. Am I audible?
Yes, Prabhuji, audible.
Thank you. So, first of all, I would like to thank Bhagavata Purana Konkani team for giving me this opportunity. It's like 10 janassachi, makkuson ek 9 janassachi. Can I would request others to maybe write in the chat what their background is. बस अगर तुम्ही स्टूडेंट असलारी खंयचे डोमेन आसाची जो if you are a working professional then which company and maybe which role. So, yes. आणि हांव एक सानो PPT केला so I'll share that by that time. Screen discuss, right?
Wait, Prabhuji, discuss.
Sorry.
Yes, Prabhuji, this tasking this thing.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Okay, there are no responses as of now. Okay. We'll continue with the PPT. Okay. So, today's topic, future funds, the early investors advantage. It's a finance topic. So, a small disclaimer that that is mainly for educational purposes and not a financial advice. तुमका कसने investment core का चला रही You either you can read on that or meet with the financial advisor before doing so. Okay. So what is investing? Can someone maybe unmute and say, or maybe chat on uncomfortable sorry. You can maybe message in the chat.
प्रभूजी तुम्ही डेफिनेशन स्क्रीनवर शेअर केल्या
Right, but others might have a very different view on this. So
I think this is definition.
yeah. Okay. So आता Google चमकला तुमका मस्त website मस्त different definitions मिळता. This is something which I think relate to the most. अर्थ कसं मला रे तुमका कसं आधी savings असं that should basically generate revenue for you in the future apart from the salary that you have. Okay. So at the young age antu kellari 21 22 tukunu I feel there are few advantages that you get. Okay. So yeah. So first is smaller amount. At most of you might be students, right? So तुम्हाला तिथला income जो कसं नाही खर्च तिथलं दुड्ड असतं ना. But if you're thinking of a long term, wherein I would define long term as maybe 5 years and above. Okay, so you can start with maybe 100 rupees, 200 rupees, and keep investing it over the months, over the years. What benefit you get from that is that after 10 years, तुम्ही त्या amount पडलं ना, it might be huge, right? So also, once you get a job, you can increase that amount substantially. But as a student, you can maybe start with 100 rupees. What this helps with is that त्या एक तुमका एक discipline देतं. So भाई तुमका एक जॉब मिळतं ना फर्स्ट तुमಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ಅಂತೂ ಕಸ ಥಾಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಮೇಲೆ ದುಡ್ಡನ್ನು ಕಸ ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕೋರತ್ತ ಅಷ್ಟೇ rather than way to spend. So that discipline comes on the first of every month. तुमका त्या ದುಡ್ಡು येतं ना तुम्ही फर्स्ट या लागतच की खंयचे प्रोडक्ट फायनान्शियल प्रोडक्ट घालत अशी. थर्ड, compounding एक simple example तुमका. Let's say you have invested 100 rupees today in a fixed deposit in whatever bank you prefer. Okay? Any fixed deposit usually gives you 7% of interest. That's a financial year end. Usually financial year is from April to next year March. So at the end of that financial year, you might see the balance to be 107. At the 107 kas jalla, 100 रुपये तुम निघालेला, 7 रुपये is the interest on that 100 rupees. Okay. So year 2 antu tumgel starting amount is 107. Okay. So in the second year, the interest is on 107 rupees. Okay. So second year end antu 107 rupees are very tumka 7% interest milta. That would amount to 114. Attached to millekkachi 10 ವರ್ಷ 15 ವರ್ಷ 20 ವರ್ಷ ಕೆಲ್ಲಾರಿ plus increasing that amount on a monthly or yearly basis, what would be the amount at the end of the tenor? That is compounding. Fourth is risk-taking ability. Hajj arthu kosam malari, a lot of us may not have any dependence as of now. Amgela parents might be working or at the verge of retirement. And I'm assuming that they'll have some savings and they're not dependent on you. So what can be done is that तुमका salary मिळता that is mostly for your खर्चा, right? So कसा तुमके extra worth की त्या तुम्ही खंयच्या एक riskier asset घालत. आता तुमका निमका riskier asset might be very different. One might say for some people it might be crypto, which is very riskier. For some it might be stocks. आता तुम्ही कशी कसं घेताच risky त्याच प्रकारे you might invest that extra amount in a risky asset. Okay. So as student, what can be done? First, you need to save, right? What can you do to save? Let's assume that you are a student and you get some amount from your parents as kharcha for a month, right? So let's assume you get 10,000 rupees. That is your income as a student, right? तुम्ही आतां लायक ती कसं कसं एक्सपेन्सेस आसा जो तुमकां एवरी मंथ जाता. सो तुमकां तांतू रेंट आसूं येता, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी आसूं येता, वॉटर आसूं येता, भायर भोंवच्याय आसूं येता. सो दॅट मायट ऍड अप टू मे बी लेट्स से 8,000 रुपीज. ओके. सो त्या 2,000 जो वर्थ पळय त्या तुम्ही कसं करता? त्या तुम्ही इन्स्टेड ऑफ saving in a savings account which gives you very less interest rate, you can learn about new investment classes. आता काही असू इथं त्या PPF असू इथं which is public provident fund. Second is fixed deposits. थोडे जण म्युच्युअल फंड्स प्रिफर करताची, थोडे जण स्टॉक्स प्रिफर करताची. तुमकां जस्ट अ ब्रीफ दिल्लारी PPF अंतू दी PPF FDs you can usually go to a bank and open. आजकाल तुमकां ऍप अंतू सूर केला तांणी आता ICICI जाला ICICI बैंक ऍप अंत कोरत, HDFC जाला HDFC बैंक ऍप आतून डायरेक्टली कोरत. सो ह्या युजली तुमकां 7%, 8% इंटरेस्ट दिता. आता म्युच्युअल फंड जाल्यारी that is basically a pool of money from different people like you and me, and that will be invested in, let's say, listed companies or in debt instruments. ठीक आहे. And stocks is basically shares. आता आमगेल इंडियान दोन मेजर स्टॉक एक्सचेंजेस आसात. एक नॅशनल स्टॉक एक्सचेंज, नेक्स्ट इज बॉम्बे स्टॉक एक्सचेंज. तांतू you will find a lot of companies that are listed. There you can buy those stocks and be a partial owner of those companies. Okay. So I think these are some of the ways which the money which is saved can be invested in. Before you think of doing this, there are some recommendations that I would give that I had followed as a student. फर्स्ट इज एज्युकेट युअरसेल्फ. आता हांव सांगता सर जेव्हा आनी कोणें सांगता सरची अशी खंयची स्टॉक वचून घेवच्या नजो. यू नीड टू डू युअर ओन ड्यू डिलिजन्स. त्या तुम्ही कशी करत? आयदर यू गो टू Google and search about that company. आता तुम्ही स्टॉक जो म्युच्युअल फंड असलारी यू गेट टू नो एव्हरीथिंग ऑन गुगल. तुम्ही पुरे तुमगेल तांगेल वेबसाईट असता. सो यू नीड टू लर्न फ्रॉम what they have written in their annual report or conference calls, and then take a conscious decision. At the PPF आणि mutual fund type of assets jalari, you can actually go to your nearest branch and talk to relationship managers. Also, मस्त वेबसाइट्स तुमका calculators दिताची which lets you know that, let's say, if you invest a certain amount today for, let's say, 10 years period and at some interest rate, they'll give a final amount. So those things also let you know ki तुका कितले एद्रा वचून कितले दुड्डू मेलता अशी. However, there are two more things that are required when you start your career. आता कसं म्हळ्यारी first is emergency fund. Before you start investing as a fresher, you need to have an emergency fund. At emergency fund kasa malari, let's say you shift to Bangalore and have a job there, you are earning 30,000 rupees. Okay. And in that, you see that you have your fixed costs are, let's say, 25,000. This may include रेंट असू इथं, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी, उद्दा, भोंवच्या, भायर खावच्या, पुरे मेळून it is on an average 25,000. So that is your expense in a month. At usually emergency fund महिन्याची दवरताची, which is 25,000, which is your expense in 1 month multiplied by 6, which is roughly 1.5 lakhs. So 1.5 lakhs तुमके like emergency fund super that you might keep in some other bank account or FDs or however you feel is the correct way. त्या कसं करतं म्हणारी, in case in future there is some mishap or God forbid तुम कसने अगत्य पडलारी, you can tap into that. Also, when if you do lose a job and you are searching a job and you still have to stay in Bangalore, then तुम्ही खर्च कसं जाता? There is no income. So this emergency fund will help you stay afloat in that 6 months. You need not go and borrow money from banks which will be at higher interest rate. You need not even ask your parents. You will be independent. Second कसं म्हणारी, इन्शुरन्स. आता तुम्ही स्टार्ट करताना 22-23 years आका, your premium amounts will be very low. Premium amounts म्हणारी every year you need to pay a certain amount to that insurance company. At insurance might be of two types which are predominantly useful. One is health insurance. Second, life insurance. And please, insurance आका investment अशी लेखू नाकाची. This is something which will be required at a very adverse event. Okay. सो आता तुमगेल पेरेंट्स जो एद्रा वचुनो तुमगेल स्पाउस so whoever is dependent on you, that will be useful if something happens to you. So having life insurance and possibly health insurance for your dependents as well, assuming that तुमगेल parents at old age as such and तंगेल health insurance as ना त्या घेतल्यारी it will be helpful for you. I think most of the things are covered. कोणाला काही कसं नाही questions जो input असल्यारी आणि दिवेत. I think my part is done. Thank you. Okay, then I'm assuming there are no more questions. So,
कोणाक कसली क्वेश्चन असकी?
sorry?
कोणाक कसली क्वेश्चन असकी?
Hare Krishna. Rajat Prabhu, thank you. तुम्ही बरे presentation दिल बद्दल. Is your presentation complete or you still have something to share?
No, I'm done. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right.
Pratiksha?
So, Prabhuji, just for the knowledge of everyone, जे तुम्ही म्हणले early investments like cultivating a habit. तर ताजे if we can make one example, की कशी let's say make an Excel worksheet where basic amount, then what is interest earned, then it is accumulation, the compounding effect जे असा ताजे एक table केल्यारी then it will be very easy to understand कोणाक कळच्याक एक बरें जाता. I think that would be very nice to understand. Apart from this, I mean, first, I want to understand from others. Tangel kasale prashna asleri, questions asleri, and then we can.
Maybe Prabhuji, tanku koni, if they are not comfortable talking, they can just put it in the chat box. Meanwhile, Pratiksha, Prabhu, like introduction, Yama. Hare Krishna. Sakar self time gave ochi question alochan karuka, understand karuka. Pratiksha, please do the introduction.
नेक्स्ट स्पीकर आसाची हिज ग्रेस धर्मराज प्रभूजी म्हणून हानी आमकां ह्या टॉपिकावर शास्त्रीक अँगल दाखोवन सांगतासाची मेनली स्क्रिप्चर्स सांगितला दिल बी टेलिंग अबाउट इट तश हंगेले बायलेल नाव हर ग्रेस सुकुमारी राधे माताजी आनी आसचे मुंबईतू कडेर हंगेल डिटेल्स अशें आसता आनी 2004 ಅಂತೂ ಇಸ್ಕಾನ್ ಒಟ್ಟು ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಜಿಲ್ಲಲೆ ಕಡೆರಿ ಹನಿ 2012 ಅಂತೂ disciple of his holiness Radhanath Swami Maharajale आणि 2015 ಅಂತೂ कौन्सिलर जावनासाची at डोंबिवली आणि आता हनी सिमन्स अंत वर्क करतासाची हंगेले दुवेल नाव स्नेहा म्हणून हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी आम्ही पुराजन like scriptures, what is given in the scriptures, we want to know, we are all eagerly waiting for it. So Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam.
We will all invite him with the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Please welcome Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Now we are at 2025. I have 15-20 minutes to talk. 15-20 minutes. How much
Why,
time?
Prabhuji?
25 minutes, 30 minutes.
You can speak. Yeah, 25-30 minutes to me, Prabhuji, not an issue.
So how just I will share 2 slides. We so तुमका slide दिसतोय पुरा?
होय प्रभू.
You are able to see ना?
Yes, yes, visible.
Okay. तर let me just see. Okay. So first म्हणारी आमका भागवतामान तू आईचे विषय जे आशिल्ले that is basically concerning money, म्हळ्यार पैसे दुडवा बद्दल असा. So प्रल्हाद महाराज भागवतामांत म्हणटाची money is honey. It tastes very sweet. तर आम्ही पळवूयात की आता especially in this modern age, money is basically medium of exchange. म्हळ्यार पहिले काळांतू तुम्ही people used to do business, मागीर तांणी तांगेले कसले वस्तू विकत घेवचे असल्यार ते पैसे दुड्ड दिवन विकत घेवचे नाशिल्ले. इट यूज टू बी अ बार्टर सिस्टम, एक्सचेंज ऑफ गुड्स. बेसिक पयलेचे ऑक्युपेशन प्रोफेशन वॉज फार्मिंग, आणि जे कसं कल्टिवेशन जालेलं आसा. सो द लाईफ वॉज व्हेरी सिंपल. देर वॉज म्हळ्यार अशी आत्ता आईच्या काळाचे जे मॉडर्न गॅजेट्स आणि पुरा or things of comfort, na, luxury, whatever, पहिले काळांतू हे नाशिल्ले. So there was no need of these items, so they were not sold. Thank God. Actually ते बरे आशिल्ले लाईफस्टाईल. पण आता now we have moved on. Farming is becoming less and less. Industries मस्त तांणी म्हळ्यार definition of progress आयज पळयल्यार it is more of industries, आणि whatever is manufactured म्हणजे तयार केलेले ते पुरा if I have to buy and sell, it is a daily needs nachi. So once in a while, so these if they have to be exchanged, then you need one medium, and the medium म्हळ्यार आयचे money is. So basically we are deviating from Vedic culture. प्रभुपाद जे आसा तांणी म्हणिल्लें आसा की डेफिनेशन ऑफ अ हॅपी मॅन, एक संतुष्ट एक मनशाले what does he need to be happy. तांणी म्हळ्यार एक piece of land, small piece of land to cultivate some food grains, fruits, vegetables, one house to stay, shelter, and one cow. That is the definition of a happy man. And if we think of let's say another 20, 30, 40 or 50 years, I am sure this will be the definition that one will appreciate most. कित्याक म्हळ्यार now you can see how much adulteration we are getting in whatever we buy. भायर कसले आम्ही विकत घेवच्या गेल्यार, especially food, which is very critical for our living. There is so much adulteration, so much health problems, no nourishment, nothing. So people have already started talking. आता त्यांनी म्हणच्या स्टार्ट केलं की definition of happy man is somebody who cultivates his own food and eats it. So there is a deviation, I would say. And from Shastric perspective, what is money? आम्ही आमगेल जे स्क्रिप्चर्सान तू आयकताची की आणि ताका नाव वरें दिताची आमी लक्ष्मी. Lakshmi is goddess of fortune. So तिगेल काम कसं असा, शी इज सर्विंग द लॉर्ड नारायण. ऑल द टाइम शी इज सर्विंग द लॉर्ड. अँड तिगेल एक ॲट्रिब्यूट और कॅरेक्टरिस्टिक्स वगैरे दिलेलं असा की तिगेल एक नाव असा चंचला. सो आम्ही अशी म्हणटाची की she is always serving the Lord, and if somebody wants to earn money or have Lakshmi without Narayana, then this person, my कोण जे आसा, he is like a Ravana who wants to enjoy Sita without Ram. He wants to separate and enjoy. So which is not good. This is actually आम्ही म्हणटाची की a formula for disaster. Yeah, so Lakshmi has to be with the Lord, and if we worship the Lord, Lakshmi will always be with us. So this is basically, let's say, an understanding आम्ही आमगेले की उरका. आता प्रश्न इतले येता की अशी येता की हाऊ मच मनी इज सफिशियंट. कितला आम्ही दुड्ड करका, हाऊ मच इज द कॉर्पस. एक आमगेले एक फंड जे आसा, सेविंग्स म्हणा कसले, जे प्रभुजीना जे टॉपिक घेतले डिस्कशनाचे. सो हाऊ मच मनी इज सफिशियंट इज अ क्वेश्चन. तर ताका आम्ही देर इज नो वन आन्सर फॉर एव्हरी वन. तर तांतू इट डिपेंड्स ऑन ते मनशाले सोशल स्टेटस कसा आसा, स्टँडर्ड ऑफ लिव्हिंग कसा आसा. देर आर मेनी फॅक्टर्स. ताजेरी तांगे लायफस्टायल कशी आसा, ताजे वेल्यान म्हळ्यार बरें डिस्कशन कोर न्हू. देन वी नीड टू understand what is their family status, how many members are there, what age group, तांगेल present needs कसा आसाची, future needs कसा आसाची. All that has to be taken into consideration to come to a conclusion की आम्ही कितलं दुड, how much money we can accumulate or save or invest or other have the corpus. आता ते पैसे गोळ करच्याक or just to gather all that money, another question comes is how hard one should work for it. तर आता आम्ही पळयत आसाची की मॉडर्न डे लाईफ पीपल आर व्हेरी मच स्ट्रेस्ड, कितलं काम करताची. सो actually there is no correlation between working hard and earning money. We can see the people who are doing hard work, labor work, 8 hours, 10 hours, rickshawalas, especially if you go to Calcutta. थंय आज वर एक सायकल रिक्षा आसा, किंवा ईस्टर्न पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया. They are working very hard, means 12 hours or maybe 15 hours, but they are not earning so much. They are एक दुकानांतुल्यान सामान एक एक फॅक्टरींतुल्यान दुसऱ्या फॅक्टरी पावोवचे, कार्टाचेरी नाजाल्यार हातगाडीचेरी घालून पावोवचे. सो देर इज lot of physical effort or hard work, but their earning is very less. And there is somebody who is born in a rich family, he may be very wealthy. So main thing is आमगेल डेस्टिनी कसा आसा ते इट इज इम्पॉर्टंट की कर्म जे आसा आमगेले पयलेचे ताजे प्रमाणे it is decided how much money one can have, but it is important that we have work life balance. आता जे आम्ही www नेट जे म्हणटाची हांगा आम्ही एक ॲक्टरी ऐकले कोणाले की वर्क 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 and then what is it basically to invite worry. So अनेक म्हळ्यारी मॉडर्न डे थिंकिंग कसा आस की म्हळ्यारी डेफिनेशन ऑफ सक्सेस. आज आम्ही we look at Ambani, Adani and Bill Gates and Warren Buffett and all big इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट्स और आम्ही म्हणटाची की दे आर व्हेरी व्हेरी सक्सेसफुल. दॅट इज द डेफिनेशन ऑफ सक्सेस. पैसे कितलं मनशाल्याक आसा, ही इज द मोस्ट सक्सेसफुल पर्सन. आणि ताजे एक हिडन अंडरस्टँडिंग हे आसा की मनी कॅन बाय एनिथिंग. सो मोर वर्क, more money, more sense gratification, and more happiness. This is actually logical chain असा. लोकांक एक अशी they have an understanding की आम्ही जितले चड काम करताची तितलं आम्ही पैसे चड कमवचे जाता, तितलं आम्ही इंद्रिय तृप्ती करचे जाता. We can buy things whatever we want for happiness, and then it will come. But that is not actually reality. पळोवचे गेल्यार अशी म्हणटाची की that source of income is not the source of maintenance. For example, I may be a multi-billionaire, but Miguel Edrak, if I have a plate of chappan bhoga, I cannot eat it because I have diabetes, I have blood pressure, I have heart problem. So is that money helping me to maintain or enjoy? No. So there are different circumstances. And पैसे, for example, there is one pilot, let's say, working in aviation industry. त्यांनी डिसाइड केले की म्हाका रावचे खातीर एक बरे विला बंगलो I need to have. So with his income and loan, त्यांनी घर बाय करताची. But the problem is, the house is to be maintained by somebody, because he is round the clock flying. त्यांनी काम करचे खातीर हांगा थंय फिरत उरताची on aircraft. So he is not able to enjoy his villa. त्यांनी कोणाक जॉब करच्या दवरल्या, that person ends up enjoying that villa. Yeah. Let's say if somebody is buying Mercedes, but that Mercedes is driven by a driver, he is enjoying that Mercedes. Once in a while, the owner sits in the car and goes, but maximum time it is with the driver. तशीची means these are many such examples आम्ही पळोव येता की the source means money is not everything. Yeah, your happiness depends on many other things. तर सेकंड जे आसा आता अंतू इम्पॉर्टंट जे आसा, that how do we earn money, how do we spend money, and how much we save or invest, and how much we donate. These are the 4 criteria. पैशी कशी कमोवका. So it is told to us that it has to be as per dharmic principle. Honesty, integrity is the key. We have to earn the money through the right channels, the right, let's say, sources, right efforts. कसले unethical business करून we cannot earn money because it doesn't help us. कर्म जे आसा ते आमकां मस्त ताजे परिणाम हे करका पडटा. So this is most important, that you have to earn money as per dharmic principles. And then when it comes to spending money, one needs higher intelligence, more than even how much you need to earn the money. कित्याक की म्हळ्यार आमी अशिवरे म्हणटाची की that money saved is money earned. Yeah. Or so that way आम्ही जे कसं स्पेंड करचे आसा ताजे खातीर यू नीड एन इंटेलिजन्स. बजेट उरका, प्लॅन उरका, कितले खर्च करचे, कसं करचे. Then present day trend is आम्ही मस्त पैसे आमगेले आसा ते we are spending on unnecessary necessities of life. So called necessities. Actually ना ते. पळोवचे गेल्यार फ्रिज म्हणा or air conditioners or coolers or laptops and gadgets like mobiles. You can look at all technical gadgets, expensive vehicles. So they are becoming more and more necessities of life, so-called necessities, but really speaking, they are not. So, तांतू अशी आमकां advice करताची की before one buys anything like this, we need to ask this question 2-3 times, that is it required or is it really required, or maybe 2 times again you ask really required. And here discussion जे आसा that has to happen within the entire family. त्या झाल्यानंतर if you come to the conclusion that yes, it is required, then we should not think twice and we should go and buy. But otherwise, we should avoid. And in spirituality, आमका अशी सांगेल आसा की simple living, high thinking उरका. Lifean तू balance उरका. There should not be, you should not absolutely avoid spending, or you should not be extravagant. That means both ends are not good. Don't become very stingy. तर तांतू एक भागवतामान तू example असा अवंती ब्राह्मण म्हणून. He never allowed, he did not spend any money personally. त्यांनी स्वतः खर्च केला ना, nor he allowed his family members to spend money. So he was only trying to accumulate more and more money. In the process, tani tangel family members or relatives tanka, like he hurt them so much that ek panta, let's say, the providence or destiny, whatever wealth he had, it was all lost. And at that time, kone tangel family members or relatives, nobody was ready to support him. Everybody said, get lost. Like he had to then go and beg outside. Tani mast manari, and then he went through a lot of difficulties. Eventually, Tanka, like he got the realization that the happiness is not, or happiness or distress is not because of my family members. It is not because of my having wealth or not having wealth. It is all the mind game. Amgel man jasa. If you keep thinking about it, then you will be miserable. But otherwise, one can be happy even without a lot of money. So Tani Kadera Tangelek, like he wrote very nice poetry or bhajans, and then the Lord also liked this bhajan, and this example is given in Bhagavatam. तशीची चैतन्य चरितामृतान तू आमका एक अनेक एक्झाम्पल दिल्या वासुदेव भट म्हणून. सो दिस ऍक्च्युली एक्स्ट्रावेगंट म्हणजे चुकीचे असा वर्ड हांगा, बट हानी जे असा he was another extreme where whatever money he earned during the day, तांणी कसले तांगेले सेविंग करनाशिल्ले. whatever money he earned, he spent it, and not for himself. It was for the pleasure of the Lord. Means भक्ती, देवाल भक्ती करची खातीर तांणी पैसे खर्च करतलो. But he was a grahastha, family man. No single penny in with him for future. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu जे आसाची तांणी पर्सनली त्यांनी शिवानंद सेन म्हणून एक अनेक डिवोटी आशिल्ले हू was given the seva of managing Jagannath Rath Yatra. So entire Rath Yatraचे जे कसं पैसे खर्च जावचे उरतशिल्ले and he personally was a bigger contributor. So he knew how to earn money, Shivanand Sen, how to spend money and how to save money. तर चैतन्य महाप्रभू जे असाची त्यांनी ही रिक्वेस्टेड शिवानंद सेन to help Vasudev Dutt how to manage his money. आता now the Lord is actually hanga advice करत असाची की you save the money. Because एक मुखार कसले emergency fund जे आता रजत प्रभून सांगले. So there are many emergencies or many future needs. ताजे खातीर आमकां सेव करचे मस्त जरूर आसा. And early days आमगेले एक philosophy or thinking was, if I earn 100 rupees, then first people used to set aside money for saving. आणि उरील पैसे आम्ही खर्च करतो. Today's situation is, whatever money is earned, you spend it and you use your credit card. And next month, whatever money you get from salary or whatever income, you pay the credit card bills. So this is going from one extreme to other extreme. So tashi urchana, and we need to save money for future. आता हांतू एक हे आसा डेफिनेशन म्हळ्यार सेव जे आसा पैसे आमी केन्ना डिपॉझिट करताची बँकांतू you get some returns, but if you invest the money, you get returns as well as growth. Growth म्हळ्यार एक फॉर एक्झाम्पल आता प्रभुजीन जे एक्झाम्पल दिले, इफ आय इन्वेस्ट इन म्युच्युअल फंड तर तांतू मेगेल जे कसं डिव्हिडंड मेळता दॅट इज माय रिटर्न्स ऑन द इन्व्हेस्टमेंट. पण ताजे जे कसं NAV जे डिक्लेअर करताची नेट असेट व्हॅल्यू एक टर्मिनॉलॉजी असा फायनान्सांतू. इफ दॅट NAV कंटिन्यूज टू ग्रो, म्हळ्यार इनिशियल मेगेल इन्व्हेस्टमेंट एक 10 rupees, if the NAV is let's say 50 rupees, so there is a growth of 40 rupees in my corpus. I have simultaneously returns and growth. दोन्ही येता म्हाका. तर when it comes to saving and investing, एक असा की it is important to note that we should not be greedy. We need to be patient. Slow and steady wins the race म्हणताच न्ही तशी. Because आजकाल मस्त लोक there is lot of window dressing आणि दाखयताची की आम्ही वी आर गिविंग मॅक्झिमम रिटर्न्स हे ते पुरा प्रायव्हेट बिझनेस पीपल. There are many examples of cheaters and those who are cheated. So we have to be very, very careful and not to get into any sort of greedy transactions. Within 6 months double jata or within 1 year double jata paise. Better avoid from such investments. And best thing is to seek guidance of experts in finance. जे कोणे आसाची, whether they may be devotees or non-devotees. Hantu I can मेगेल जे नॉलेजान तसा एक आनंद वृंदावन प्रभू म्हणून हांगा बॉम्बेन तसाची डिवोटी. He has lot of lectures. If you can search in net, Anand Vrindavan Prabhu, he gives very rich experience in how we can do the justice to material life and responsibilities. तशीच आमगेले spiritual bhakti asa. At the same time, taking care of future needs. आमगेल कसं जे कसं आसा So very nicely he has explained through his lectures how devotees can invest. So main hantu je learning je asa, जशी रजत प्रभून सांगितलं, if you start early, then the effect of compounding जे असा, interest on interest, or I mean, it really works for us. How personally now I have retired, let's say whatever corpus, even if I am not working today, it is giving me returns as good as near to as good as my salary, right? तर तांतू कसं की म्हणारी इफ यू अँड फॉर्च्युनेटली आम्ही इस्कॉनांत आयल नंतर आमगे लाईफस्टाईल जे असा इट इज व्हेरी सिंपल. सो that money grow, it is it's automatically earns ना. आम्ही कसले कर का म्हणना, it is like planting a coconut tree. आता तुम्ही plant कोण दवरले, after 10 years you just take returns, you don't have to do anything. And finally, I want to add that it is important that we need to donate also. Not that I just earn and spend for myself. कित्याक की म्हणारी गृहस्थ आश्रम जे असा, that is only ashram which supports the other 3 ashrams. म्हणारी ब्रह्मचारी म्हणा, वानप्रस्थ म्हणा किंवा संन्यास आश्रम. Even temples जे असाची, तांका if there has to be preaching, food for life, whatever activities, everything needs money. प्रचार करचे खातीर आमकां म्हळ्यार आमी we need to support the Brahmins, or let's say brahmachari ashram and sannyas ashram, so that they can study more and more scriptures and give us the wisdom. शास्त्रीक wisdom जे आसा ते आमकां तांणी दिवचे जाता. आमगेल्या कितें की वेळ ना, we don't have time to read scriptures. At least while we are in the early ages, people are focused more on building their career, creating a corpus. So it is important that we support these ashrams. आणि भगवद्गीतांतू एक श्लोक असा, यत् करोषि यद् अश्नासि यद् जुहोसि ददासि यत् यत् तपस्यासि कौन्तेय तत् कुरुष्व मद अर्पणम्. आम्ही जे कसले कार्य करताची, whatever we do, activities, karma, whatever we do, whatever we eat, whatever we donate, whatever tapasya we do, yeah. So all that, what Krishna says is, please offer it to me. Tashi what happens is, our life becomes successful. So आणि तशीची आणि भागवतमांतू एक श्लोक असा, सवय पुंसा परो धर्मो यतो भक्तीर अधोक्षजे अहैतुकी अप्रतिहता ययात्मा सुप्रसिद्धती. तांतू कसं सांगलं की म्हणारी what is the most important occupation of a human being is to always do service, loving devotional service unto Lord Krishna. This is our dharma. And if we fulfill this dharma, then we will be satisfied. Yayatma suprasidati. The soul will be pleased only by this. And the devotional service kashi urka, it has to be ahaituki apratihata, without any expectations and continuous nature. Ashina ki once in a while I do some bhakti, or I go to the temple, and after praying, I start asking the Lord, "Mak hai jaau ka, mak te jaau ka." So I do business. I give you 10 rupees, you give me 20 rupees. We should not do business with the Lord. We should go to the Lord, take darshan, and say, "How can I serve you?" Because Tangele, the Lord doesn't need any money from us. Yeah. He is self-sufficient. What he needs is the love and affection. He is hungry for that. So te ami karka. So this is what I felt we should know as far as Shastras are concerned. How do we deal with money today and tomorrow? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभूजी, दंडवत प्रणाम. तुम्ही आमका मस्त लायक करून मस्त अत जाऊ तशी मस्त चंद कोण सांगले प्रभूजी. कोणाक कसं क्वेश्चन्स असवा?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, what will be the ideal distribution? Malari, ajika, paika, ani mage donation ak. How should we ideally distribute? Like,
there is no hard and fast rule, Mataji. Again, I will say every person should decide how much one should donate. पण ताची एक डेफिनेशन अशी वरे सांगताची that you donate so much that it pinches you little bit. थोडशे आमका there has to be inconvenience. तितलं केल्यारी the Lord is pleased. Not that I see what I want to say is एक मनशाले if he is earning lakhs of rupees and he gives a donation of 10,000 and somebody is earning 10,000 and he gives a donation of let's say 5,000. Yeah, monthly 10,000 रुपये कमाईताची, but he gives donation of 5,000. And somebody who is earning lakhs of rupees is giving, let's say, donation of 10,000 or 20,000. Which is more important or which is more valuable? The Lord does not look at the absolute value. आणि तशी पळोवच्या गेल्यार if I look at let's say शास्त्र आता nectar of devotion म्हणून आमगेले एक book जे हानी बरयला आसा रूपा गोस्वामी. He has given a definition that you spend 50% for Krishna. 25% you keep it for yourself. Another 25% you keep it for your family and relatives. Tashichi, now if you get into like Srimad Bhagavatamantu, Shukracharya, Bali Maharaj आणि Vamandev pastime जे आसा, there Shukracharya advises Bali Maharaj that you divide your entire wealth into 5 different parts. आणि कोणे जर का आता like for example Vamandev तुमगे लगी he is asking for charity. If your that basket is already spent and you don't have any money in that basket, he says you tell the Lord that I don't have money. Ashwarika means there are different advices. So ultimately, you have to decide. You can start with something at least. It cannot be no donation at all. Tashi karchana. You can start with 1%, 2%, 5%, 10%. Gradually, jashi amgele, for example, young age antu amgel salary kammi asa. So you can decide with 1 or 2%, but there has to be a commitment. 5%. Jashi amgel earning wadta, tashi the percentage can be increased. Does that answer the question?
yes, Prabhuji, right, correct. इट्स लायक आमगेले पेरेंट्स ओल्ड जातना आमी कशी तांकां खर्चा कमी दुड्ड दिताची तशी आमी आमगेले परमपिता परमेश्वराकय एटलीस्ट वी शुड सी दॅट वी गिव हिम अ लिटल.
No, we
As
are not giving. That is a wrong understanding. We are not giving the Lord money.
correct.
Lord, that money actually belongs to Lord only.
Yes.
So,
We have to show our gratitude.
yes. Yes. Correct, Madhavi.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank
Makke
you.
question ashida.
Yes.
Uh,
Any other questions?
Makke question ashida, Prabhuji.
Yes, yes.
So as students, I'm a student. So how can I live like a minimalist, like minimal spending, minimal expenditure कश करचे आमी?
तो आम्ही आता जे डिस्कस केलंय, सिम्पल लिव्हिंग हाय थिंकिंग. That is the. So, what are our basic necessities, जे आसा? The necessities are provided by the Lord. Human being is the only species, I would say, who are accumulating. बाकी ना जाल्यार savings म्हणा किंवा for future. If I take any other living entity, let's take animals, birds, or fish, or insects, or whatever. तांगेल वरेका needs asachi, bodily needs asachi. But do we see in the nature any other species which is saving, investing for future? No. Only human being. So, simplicity means what are our basic needs? That 2 times whatever आम्ही जे खावचे कडे ना, you can take an example. If you have to buy a car, let's say it is really a necessity. Now you buy a Maruti, or you want to buy BMW or Mercedes, or let's say both are going to give you the same utility. Travel दोन्ही हांतू जाता, mileage म्हणा कितले, right? But if you buy expensive things, if you want to buy a watch, you buy let's say Titan watch, and you buy a Rolex watch. Time shown will be same, but you end up spending more money. Then you have to work hard to earn that money. And what is the result? Result is the same. You eat 2 chapatis, dal, chawal, and sabji, or you eat very expensive, let's say, continental food. You spend more money, and possibly you are inviting more health hazards. Home food is best, where the consciousness, amgel gharantuchi, amgel whatever mother is cooking, so her consciousness is always good. So, simplicity je asa, that can be like this. Or for example, clothes you want to buy. You can buy branded clothes, and you can stitch clothes as per your fitting or size, whatever. It will be 10 times cheaper and much more good looking than buying a branded item. Purpose is one same. We are covering our body. So that way we can bring simplicity in our life. Does that answer the question?
Wait, Prabhuji.
Yes.
कसं question is की?
Thank you, Prabhuji. हांव लेखता की मुखारसून तुम्ही येवन चेडवांक मार्गदर्शन करता रावताची म्हणून हांव लेखता एक रिक्वेस्ट तुमकां की मुखारसून तुम्ही येव न्हू आमकां अशी वाट दाखयाची म्हण. हरे कृष्ण.
हरे कृष्णा, दंडवत प्रणाम.
दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभुजी.
I hope I have said something. जे कसले हांव सांगील, if something is inadvertently said, please forgive me. आणि कसले तुमकां like whatever you liked, then it is all coming from Guru Parampara. Just I am acting like a postman.
हरे बोल.
Hari Bol.
हरे कृष्ण.
Hare Krishna.
थँक्यू प्रभुजी.
Hare Krishna. And all the best to Rajat Prabhu in
हरे
his
बोल.
Hare Krishna.
He needs your blessings, Prabhuji.
I
From
will
all
pray.
your esteemed Vaishnavas, he definitely needs your blessings. Hare
Our
Krishna.
humble prayers, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol. Thank you so
Hare Bol.
much.
Hare Bol. Hare Krishna.
Now we will have one round of chanting, Prabhuji. Every week, like whenever we meet, we have one round of chanting.
Okay, fine.
Pratik,
Thank you for a very nice initiative. Hare Bol.
Hare Bol. Thank you.
Can I leave the meeting, Mataji, for some other
Sure, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Bol. Hare Krishna.
Hare Bol.
आता त्याला चॅन्ट करूयात त्याची भूमिका पाहिजे.
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम